Hey y'all, Daniel Fript here. Maybe if this is a video deconstructing my process, I should use my real voice. Hey y'all. Yep, that's right. My voice is slightly higher than it is in Daniel Fript videos. It's how I'm able to hit all those notes. I think I originally pitch altered it to differentiate from my main. But anyway, let's get into the topic. AU Lostwave. I'm pretty sure I first discovered it from the Girls Just Wanna Have Fun and I Am Just a Creep videos. But Alt Universe Traveler was also a big inspiration, shout out to him. I know there's a lot of people in the Lostwave community who don't like AU videos, and I respect that. It's not for everybody, but I've always found it a fun, creative way to appreciate the community. They're often viewed as low effort because of the constant EKT clones where it's just a radio and a low quality song that everyone knows. Everyone knows. But honestly, I've seen so much creativity from some creators that it inspires me to try to do more outlandish things with my videos as well. They may look low effort, but some ideas take a lot of different methods of execution, which is what I'm going to get into. I'm going to be going down the line of every one of my AU vids, first to last. It currently sits at 20 videos, so it shouldn't take too long, right? Right? Let's go to the one that started it all, and my most popular.
Hello? Who needs to think when your feet just got...
So there I was, December 2023, a new Lostwave fan. I witnessed my first ever solve with one chance. EKT was my favorite Lostwave, and me and my family had a little Christmas get-together at some point, and my aunt showed me the Genius of Love music video. I had known about Genius of Love from memes and stuff, but I had never listened to the full song nor seen the music video. And it was great. Super creative animation. And for some reason, one part had just stuck out in my head from the music video. I'd keep listening and replaying it on my phone. And then eventually, I'd say in January, because that's when I posted the video, the two wires just clicked. I was like, wait a second. What if this song was lost? So I knew what clip from the music video I was going to use, but I didn't know how I was going to make it look and sound lost. And that's what we're getting into now. So let me right here, right now, establish the essentials I think of when making an AU Lostwave. Number 1, degradation. It's pretty common for a lost song to be in a low quality, even if it's not that noticeable. So with AU Lostwaves, it can be kind of cool to take that song and maybe put it through a filter or compress it. What did I do for this one? Well, let me introduce you to a program that will be reoccurring throughout this video. VoiceChanger.io. I used this site way before I discovered the community. When making my first AU, I thought it would be a good tool. I put a telephone effect on the clip, and no joke, here's how it initially sounded. And I was like, it kind of takes away from the enjoyment of listening to the song. Like, how would this get popular as a Lostwave? It would be like, it would probably be more akin to Curly Toes if it sounded like this. So I turned down the effect a little and I put the audio aside for now. There's one more thing I had to do to it. But see, I got a little bit ambitious with my first one. I didn't just do a still image, I did a video. So that meant video degradation too. I could have just added filters to the regular music video to make it look old, but I wanted it to be believable. So I checked the upload date and noticed that the music video was only uploaded 4 years ago, but TomTom was popular way before that. So I searched Genius of Love before year on YouTube. There were some pretty good contenders. I was considering this one for the video initially, but then I found a mashup with a filter so grainy, so natural looking, I just had to go with it. Like, that blue effect looks like it's actually straight out of an actual Lostwave. That wasn't editing in post, it just looks like that. So you'd think I got the video, I got the audio, we're done, right? No. Number 2, After Effects. Yup, after gathering all my resources, I edit my videos in After Effects. Basically what I did was imported the footage, changed the position to make it look like it was a degrading VHS tape that moves, kind of like in the World Was So Easy clip. And then, for good measure, slightly overlay another filter over the VHS, just turning down the opacity on that, blurring it a little bit. And then I just imported the audio, right? Job done? well, there's one more thing. If you recall, there is a speeding up and slowing down effect at the start and end of the clip. I just thought it'd be a neat thing to add, make it a little bit more creepy, you know? And how did I do this? Well, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it. I used this one program, you might have heard of it. It's called Scratch, a children's coding website. Okay, listen, yes, it's for children, but I swear it actually is useful sometimes. I did a repeated pitch change and it actually also slows it down. So yeah, that's how I did it. I also did a really subtle randomizer for the pitch where it kind of makes it like it sound a little wobbly. And yes, that is it. Rendered it out, took off. I was not expecting it to get this many views. So let's move on to... There's not much to say about this one. I liked Tam Andala. I thought, what if Tam Andala was Lostwave? I have to admit, this is probably one of my lazier ones. I kind of fell for the EKT clone. I took an obscure fragment of The Less I Know, The Better, put it through the radio filter on Voice Changer, found an image of a Superman-related radio. I think I extended the image with AI, combine audio and image, and boom, that was the only process for that one. Some of these are going to be pretty quick. I'm pretty sure the next one's also going to be pretty quick. So let's go. If you thought the last one was lazy, this one's even lazier. Yeah, I didn't even audio edit this one. Credit to this video. I just liked Chamber of Reflection, found an image online, put a blue filter on it. That's it. I understand why this one's my least viewed AU video. Next we got... Now, I know this looks bad. I swear, I'm not brain rotted. I was just like, what if Skibidi was lost, okay? This one was originally just gonna be kind of boring, a still image of a phone and a low quality Skibidi snippet. I'm pretty sure I did the bit crusher effect for this one. But then I was like, you know what would be funny? If I interpreted the lyrics and they're just super wrong. Because that's a thing in the Lostwave community. They get the lyrics super wrong a lot of the time. And if you think about it, that theoretically would make it more lost. They're searching for a song called Gimme It, and it's Skibidi. If you're wondering how I did the text, actually this one wasn't in After Effects. I made it in CapCut on my phone for some reason. That's pretty much it. Also, yes, that is the GTA text. This one I've always quite liked. It was my first AU taking a lost song and then shifting the part that's lost. So I know what you're thinking. How did I add the dog? Well, similar to Come On Superman, I used Runway, but this time for Erase and Replace. So I just selected the cat and made it a dog. You'd probably think, oh, that's where it ends, right? Because you didn't edit the song, you just trimmed it. Well, I did notice that the snippet of Funky that initially was spread around was slightly more reverbed, probably also in a lower quality, than the full version. So I decided, might as well add some reverb to this alternate universe version to make it accurate. Not sure if you really care about that, but you know, it's just probably care about the dog. It's want to mention it too, you know. Ah, here we have it. My first official counterpart AU. As in, it parodies an actual Lostwave. Or, well, in this case, it parodies a hoax Lostwave, Bubba Blueberry. Typically, I don't try to search out songs that sound similar to a Lostwave. It's more, when I first listen to the Lostwave, if I associate it with a song, then I'll make an AU video about it. Although, ironically enough, I didn't first associate X10 Bomb's song with OMFG Hello. Initially, I was going to do Carefree by Kevin MacLeod. But something about that one just wasn't hitting that, you know, feel. And Hello just turned out to be a much better counterpart. So obviously I used Voice Changer on the song, but there's a lot more to it. I wanted to ask X10 Bombs how he got the effect on the Bubba Blueberry song. Since, you know, it's a hoax, obviously he put that effect on it. It didn't just come out like that. And no joke, he used Voice Changer. He used voicechanger.io, the same program that I used to make my fake ones. So yeah, I believe I applied some overdrive distortion. I think I applied some bit crushing. And then I just slightly glitched out the end and boom, got a song. As for the image, originally I wanted to find an equivalent through a reverse image search, but that didn't lead to many great results. So I actually searched for old Roblox videos, like really old Roblox videos, and tried to find a clip, like something I could screenshot. And also, just a quick side note, when I was searching for that video to show in this one, I couldn't find it, and I was like, holy shit, lost media? No. But eventually I found it in my watch history, so slap on some edits, boom, that's it. That's all I did. This one was yet another equivalent, and I can't take all the credit. I actually was inspired to make this equivalent by a comment on the Hey I'm Out video. Basically all I did was shift the pitch, add a church echo, and then hue shifted the Hey I'm Out image of a disco ball. Although, just for fun to make this like a super on point equivalent, I also isolated the awk sound effect at the end of Hey I'm Out. I just slapped it on there for fun. Why not? Moving along. No equivalent on this one. It was actually another suggestion. For how I got the low quality version of the song, instead of compressing it myself, I actually searched for old My Ordinary Life videos, and I found this awesome Roblox one where the part that I wanted was compressed to perfection. As for the visuals, I wanted to make another lyric video, but I also wanted to try to do just the most unappealing old design you could possibly think of. So I was like, okay, Midas, gold. And I found this old GIF that's a bunch of other GIFs slapped together. And then in After Effects, I did Comic Sans red text on like a kind of orange yellow background. And also note, when I first made this Lost Wave, I wasn't entirely familiar with My Ordinary Life. I know, it's crazy. It's super popular. I don't know how I missed it. So to make it feel especially like an authentic Lost Wave, I didn't search the lyrics. I just tried to interpret them. Hence the one that's wrong. As for Le Epic Face, I just thought it fit with the theme and would be a cool thumbnail. If it says... Oh boy. This is one of my favorites. It was at this point that my AU Lost Waves were getting moderate attention, and I started receiving influxes of comments saying,
"Ooh, this song isn't lost. I know this song. I think I found it, you guys."
And I was like, man, if there was a way I could tell these people, and I was like, oh, wait a second. What if I made an AU Lost Wave that tells them that the song they're listening to isn't really lost? So here I am, a person with minimal musical experience, minimal singing experience too, frankly. But I worked with what I had. I had used Jumbox in the past, so I revisited it for this project. I wanted to go for kind of like a 2000s rock beat, but I didn't have that level of skill. So I just came up with what in my head sounded like a 2000s rock melody and just kind of made it whatever. And then the only issue with the Jumbox was that the drums kind of suck. So I went to a different program. Basic drum kit, basic melody. Now all that was left was singing. I pretty much recorded most of the lines in separate takes since it was hard for me to stay on tune. And then, to give it that final oomph, I put the lines in voice changer and added a microphone reverb effect to it called delay. That's pretty much it in terms of describing how it was made. But even so, this was probably the most effort I had to put into an AU Lost Wave. And it was quite fun. Well, there's one more that took a bit more effort, but we'll get to that later.
Happy anniversary!
Equivalent to Praise for a Change, which was found recently. Initially, this wasn't even going to be an equivalent. I just liked Kyle Gordon's music at the time and wanted to make it What If It Was Lost. But I noticed a similar sound between the two songs, and I thought it would be cool for that song to get an equivalent. I did a reverse image search of the Praise for a Change character, and it turns out there was an alternate version with another character that looked very similar. So I altered the format size in After Effects, added the image and song, and yeah, that one didn't take much. Another hoax equivalent, Girl Talk. This one was kind of interesting because I wanted to make it so I could take a real song and make it sound like AI, and also to sound more like the Refusion clip in general. So what I did was I separated the vocals from the instrumental, cut out the parts where she repeats "We're gonna die young," and then layer those two pieces back over each other. In the Girl Talk song, it has this weird instrumental part where they're like in the background cheering, they're going like So I isolated it so that it would just have the of Die Young to make it sound more like girl talk. Reverse searched the image, found one that looks pretty similar. Done. This idea wasn't initially correlated to any song. I just thought it would be really funny if there was a video where, like, a couple of seconds in, the song is found. And the Beef Bastard audio was getting popular at the time, so I was like, holy shit, that actually is kind of funny. Lemon Demon being Lemon Demon isn't actually lost in any universe. In every universe, he's just known. And then I thought another simple lyric misinterpretation would be funny. I'm surprised this one got as popular as it did. Oh, this one, wow, wonderful. Nah, okay, it's nothing great, but I noticed that in a lot of Lost Wave songs, the snippets often sound very different from the full song. And at some point, when re-listening to What Does the Fox Say, I noticed how different the end was from the rest of the song. They're like, wow, I gotta hear the full song, surely it's gotta be great, and then it's... I just repeated a GIF and found an image for the visuals, and that one glitch at that one part was not intentional, but I just left it in. This one was quite interesting. I had once again seen a comment saying that Uptown People sounded a lot like this song. And while I could have just uploaded a portion of this song in the same length as the Uptown People clip, I wanted to go the extra mile. At first, I dissected the instrumental using a program, but the program isn't perfect, so it sounded a bit choppy. I was worried, but luckily an opportunity arose. Someone had actually uploaded clean, isolated instrumental tracks of Lady Hear Me Tonight. So then I just matched it up with the audio from Uptown People, tried splicing the clips together, and audio's done. The hard part was finding an image to match kind of what I was going for. I wanted an Uptown People city-like photo, but with like a singular lady, uptown lady, but no images like that really existed. So instead I went to Fire Alpaca, found a cool image, found a different PNG of a woman walking, overlaid it, add a shadow. Yep. Once again, we have a different part of a lost song being lost. The I Want to Dance part of Zultan just sounded so different I had to make it an AU. I searched 2007 French commercials since that's around the same time Zultan came out. Tried to do a simple little channel switching effect, felt like that would add personality. I layered some TV static over the already low quality footage. Then I messed with the audio and the video to make it seem like a lag. Did a slight position changing effect to make it look like it was shaking. And then I found a no signal image online. I'm proud of this one, but it didn't take too much. Whew. This one wasn't the most difficult to make, but it was the most ambitious I've gotten with the visuals. I love the work of Pleasantries, and I think AU Lostwave is actually a great opportunity to share some more obscure artists that you enjoy, and I just thought it'd be really funny to make a grand Lostwave idea out of his I Wish That Was Me song. So how did I do the movement of the ice cream? Not that any of you have thought about it, but for those who have seen it, you might have thought I used the same thing that I used in like my EKT Brain Rot parody, or recently Nobody Knows. That is a wiggle position effect in After Effects, but that's not what I used here. In school, I had recently learned something called camera tracking. It's where you record a video and then you can put an image on the video and it can follow the movement of it. So I just recorded a video of me zooming in my room at a random point towards the door, shaking around the camera a bit, and then I implemented the ice cream photo and then got rid of the background so it just looked like it was wiggling. Then I put another effect onto the ice cream and overlaid some screens to add just, I don't know, static. Why not? The song sounds kind of staticky. I increased the reverb and the overdrive on the audio, make it sound a bit more broken. And I don't know why, but in my head I just had this idea, what if the song gets cut off right as he's about to say his favorite ice cream flavor? In the universe, people will be like, dude, we gotta find it. Oh my god, we gotta know what the flavor is. This one was an idea that I never thought I'd be able to pull off. Just a Game had always kind of reminded me of We Are the Champions, probably because they're both ballads of a sort. But how was I going to recreate the visuals used in the Just a Game video? Well, 3 months ago, yes, I had this idea 3 months ago, I had commented under the video asking what the font was. The creator never responded, but luckily someone did. The font was Avenir Next Heavy. I downloaded it and uploaded it into After Effects. And then I downloaded the original video, hue shifted it, and put a black box over the text. And then came the hard part, replicating the animations. At first, I thought they might have used effect or preset to make the animation, but I couldn't find one that looked similar enough. So then I thought, wait a second, what if it's a manual effect? So I went down to scale, separated the height from the width, and then changed the width. And boom, yeah, I guess that's how it was done. There's also some opacity shifts, so I changed that as well. Then I aligned the text in a similar fashion to the original. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh yeah, and about the low quality version of We Are the Champions. First I used a site to compress it, then I pitch shifted it to sound closer to the deepness of the Just a Game singer's voice. And also, to make it fit into a 31-second time frame like in What's That Song, I also sped up the song, even though it's pitch shifted down but sped up. It's weird. And yeah. This one was an ambitious idea, and my longest AU to date. I had wondered, what if Feelgood Inc. was lost in a similar way to Dreams Forever? Although I wouldn't really call this a counter to Dreams Forever, since this is a very different situation I set up for the AU. I just wanted to take a song and associate it with a character, kind of like Alice in Wonderland. But what would be a good fit for Feelgood Inc? Oh, there's maniacal laughing in it. The Joker. So I looked it up to see if there actually was already any old AMV Joker edits with Feelgood Inc. And there was. So credit to Warhol121 for the clips you see spliced throughout the repeated GIF. Fun fact about the repeated GIF, I had to make it since I could not find a version of this Joker laughing GIF in a 4:3 aspect ratio. I had to do a lot of searching on YouTube just to find a version of it in 4:3. So I mean, there's not too much to say about the clips I spliced together, but I will talk a little bit about the song. Essentially, I found a bass boosted version of the song just so that it sounded more, I don't know, recorded off of something. And then I put it through a chorus filter on Vocal Changer.
Oh, Batman, I'm lost with.
There's not too much to say about this one. I always liked it as a counterpart, but it was super easy to make. I took a clip of Space Song. I compressed it to hell and back. I hue shifted the Bravely image. That's it. And here we are now, my most recent one. This one, I have to admit, is probably the oldest of any of my ideas in an AU video, because I had this idea long before I even knew about Lostwave. Back in 2019, Miracle Man was one of my favorite songs, and something about it, the structure and melody, just kind of reminded me of a Beatles song. Looking back, it doesn't really sound anything like a Beatles song, but I still wondered what it would sound like closer to the format of a Beatles song. But I don't have any music skills. But luckily, with modern technology, I was able to make some adjustments. Originally, I was just going to use an acapella from Oliver Tree, but when put through a filter, it sounded weird. So I decided to try and sing it myself. Again, not exactly the best at holding notes, but I think it was acceptable.
Your whole life I tried, and now I'm getting older. Your whole life I tried, and now I'm getting closer.
So yeah, I separated the instrumental, put it through a church echo. I even put the drums through a cymbal filter to make it sound like the cymbals were being hit. And
Your whole life I tried.
It sounded pretty good, but it sounded a bit too fast for an old Beatles song. So I changed the speed, put the whole song through a telephone filter, and then just edited some pictures. Well, that's all. I hope you learned a little something about my process. Being in this community has truly been a pleasure, and my interest in Lostwave, despite all the solves recently, is still very peaked. I'll definitely be sticking around. Expect some more AUs coming soon. Again, thanks so much for 1K. Bye. Love you. Bye.